Hello and welcome to episode number 27 of WITM Season 5. And I apologize for the late start tonight. I didn't get out of work till 10 o'clock, and then I started my cold that I've been fighting for the past couple of weeks really started acting up, so I had to get in a stage where I felt like I could talk for up to an hour. So, anyways, I apologize for the late start, but we are here now. And it is Wednesday night, which means it is time for our combined 205 Live and NXT stream. And we're going to kick things off on with the 205 Live portion with Andrew Spudstrong, accompanied by the rest of Team Livestrong Spudstrong that made their debut last week. The Raw Women's Champion Bayley and the 7-time Tour de France cycling champion Lance Armstrong. Andrew will be teaming up with a friend of his from his CWO days, Akira Tozawa, against a tag team that Andrew is quite familiar with so far this season, Jack Gallagher and Drew Gulak. But before we get into that match, I hear that prior to tonight's 205 Live, Bayley confronted her boyfriend Andrew backstage. Let's listen in and hear what Bayley and Andrew have to say. And Bayley is speaking to Andrew in this scene. We cannot see Andrew at the same time as Bayley because for some reason they do not allow men and women to be in the same video scene, which is weird, but anyway, Bayley addresses Andrew. Andrew, can I speak to you before Lance gets here? We don't see it, but Andrew nods yes. Andrew, I am your manager, and most importantly, your girlfriend. And if I'm being completely honest, well, I'm a little bit ticked off that last week, when Lance Armstrong offered to be your agent and advocate, you didn't even so much as give it a second thought. You agreed right then and there, without even talking to me first. Andrew responds, Bayley, I'm sorry, but don't you realize what kind of opportunity this is for me and what this means for my life? I love being part of the WWE and 205 Live, as well as being WWE Cruiserweight Champion. But it is just as important to me to use this platform I have as a successful WWE superstar to promote the underrated and incredible sport of cycling, the Strava app, and a straight-edge vegan lifestyle. Working with Lance and being sponsored by Strava gives me the opportunity to do just that. Bayley responds, I get all that, but if I'm being totally honest, it's not the message or the opportunity I am worried about. It's the person providing the opportunity, Lance. Andrew, I understand that this is a person you look up to, but do I really need to remind you that this is a man who used performance-enhancing drugs in order to achieve his 7 Tour de France victories? And not only that, but he admitted that if he had the opportunity to go back in time, he'd cheat all over again, because he doesn't believe he could win without cheating. And now this same man is your agent and advocate. I'm not sure if you heard the rumors backstage or not, or the rumblings among the WWE universe, but there are people saying that Lance could easily switch your B12 injections with performance enhancers, or at least tempt you to go down that path. And after everything you've done to build up your legacy and reputation, do you really want to risk all that for a sponsorship deal? Andrew responds, Bayley, I'm not going to deny that Lance had made some mistakes in the past, but I believe everyone deserves a second chance. Look at my past, for example. Corey stabbed me in the back, said horrible things about me, and tried to get me fired. And even after all that, I gave him another chance. And in the end, Corey made things right with me, proved his loyalty to me, and is once again my best friend. And what about you and your tag team partner, Sasha Banks? You had a bit of a rocky past, and even had to go to therapy for a while. But you worked things out, and now you two are once again best friends. Doesn't Lance deserve another chance, after all these years, to be forgiven, do some good, encourage people to cycle and live a healthy, active lifestyle? Bailey responds, I didn't think of it that way, Andrew, but I suppose you're right. But listen, I still don't want to see you be guilty by association. I mean, did you hear those boos last week during your match? Perhaps you could have Lance himself address the WWE Universe next week and explain his side? Andrew responds, I think that's a great idea, Bailey. Thank you for trusting me, and I'll speak to Lance about addressing the WWE Universe next week. Alright, so Andrew and Bailey having a little bit of talk backstage. We learn that Bailey not too sure what to think of her team Live Strong, Spud Strong partner, Lance Armstrong, the 7-time Tour de France winner. But it sounds like after talking to her boyfriend Andrew and opening up about her feelings, Bailey came around a little bit. And we also learned that next week we are going to be hearing from Lance Armstrong himself. He's going to address the WWE Universe regarding the controversy of him appearing in WWE as the Cruiserweight Champion, Andrew Spudstrong's advocate and agent. But for now, Andrew must turn his attention back to his performance inside the ring.
And what a great way to start us off. Next up, tag team action.
As he will take on a tag team that he is very familiar with so far in Season 5. It's Andrew Spudstrong and Akira Tozawa, Andrew's former CWO stablemate, accompanied by the rest of Team Livestrong, Spudstrong, Lance Armstrong, and Bailey, versus Jack Gallagher and Drew Gulak. Let's get that match lighting up.
Buckle up, because we have a contest that's going to blow the roof off this place. We have a team led by one of the best talents on the roster to date, in a match of epic proportions. Big time matchup.
Alright, so Andrew comes in, of course, as WWE Cruiserweight Champion, holding on to a very slim lead over the second placeman, Dalton Roush, in the WITM 5 standings. Of course, looking to pick up momentum as well, heading into his WWE Cruiserweight Championship defense, which we just learned in real life tonight, announced by 205 Live General Manager Drake Maverick. That title defense will take place at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. It is going to be a very strong test for Andrew, because it's going to be a fatal 4-way matchup. No disqualifications, no countouts, fatal 4-way hardcore matchup for Andrew's Cruiserweight title at Royal Rumble. And Andrew's 3 opponents will be determined by 3 qualifying matches that are going to be taking place over the next 2 weeks on 205 Live. So Andrew's very first title defense, 3 opponents, with Andrew only having a 25% chance of walking out of Royal Rumble, still the Cruiserweight Champion. So Andrew's going to want to pick up every win he possibly can leading up to Royal Rumble, get as much momentum as possible heading into that title defense, and it starts tonight with tag team action. Let's get that match underway.
Gentlemen, Jack has arrived.
Pennsylvania, weighing in at 193 pounds, Gulak.
The fact is, Gulak is a skilled match technician. Pays great attention to detail, especially when it means manipulating the human anatomy. You know, he actually cornered me with his PowerPoint presentation explaining how he was going to win here tonight. I think it's the first time I fell asleep with my eyes open. So exciting to see the power of Tozawa.
And his partner from Kobe, Japan, weighing in at 156 pounds, Akira Tozawa.
Also, guys, I would say that competing at Christmas has to be a tremendous thrill. I can't speak for what it's like to be in the ring, but I can tell you it's an absolute blast to be here at ringside on such a special evening. Here we go, folks, as we kick off.
There's the bell. This match is underway. Andrew's going to kick things off for his team. Jack Gallagher will start things off for his tag team. Andrew starting things off with tentacle offense, targeting the head of Gallagher. It's locked in well. Good position, center ring, but Gallagher frees himself with some knee strikes to the back.
Lucky for him.
Andrew with an arm drag.
Nice leg pick.
And plunges the knee into the ankles of Gallagher and is going to make a very early tag to Akira Tozawa.
This might be it. Oh, my.
Tozawa with a roundhouse to force Gallagher into the corner. And I'm not quite sure what Gallagher is doing here, but it's managing to keep Tozawa away. And Gallagher with some creative offense there. Now drags Tozawa closer to his team's corner.
One of the teams that has shined brighter than any other.
And in comes Drew Gulak.
Big E and Kofi Kingston.
There's a reversal by Tozawa. Yeah, plenty of time to plan that reversal and a spinning back fist. Asuka sent Gulak to the outside. Tozawa now turning his attention to the non-legal man for his opponent, Jack Gallagher, and he plunges him into the apron. I'm not sure if Tozawa even realizes that Gulak was tagged in. He's turned his full focus to Jack Gallagher, and now Lance Armstrong, not a wrestler, but getting a closer look here.
I may think the power of positivity.
Now Gulak going after Tozawa. Gulak and Tozawa are the legal men.
They're one of the greatest tag teams ever. And what put them in
now Bailey is stepped up to get a closer look as well. Tozawa outships Gulak into the corner. Pounds away at him on the barricade. Are we going to see a second straight count-out victory for one of Andrew's tag teams? Lance Armstrong thought about actually attacking Drew Gulak, but has elected not to. And I believe Andrew was tagged in. I didn't quite see him get tagged in, but it looks like he is the legal man for his side now. Gulak biding his time, and that allows Andrew to reverse with a series of elbow strikes to the head. Gulak back to the ring now. Andrew back to the ring. These are the two legal men, and they're going to fight in the ring now.
Ooh, what impact.
And I apologize for the random breaks in my commentary. That's so I can turn my mic off and cough.
Impact.
Gallagher with a drop kick to send Andrew on the outside, and now Gallagher returning the favor, attacking the non-legal man Tozawa, who's sent crashing in front of Team Livestrong Spudstrong. And once again, this fight will be taken to the outside. And to Gallagher suplexing Lance Armstrong. Lance Armstrong is not a WWE superstar, but he has just got involved. Getting suplexed there by Tozawa. Looks like we have a bit of a rivalry brewing here. Or sorry, not by Tozawa, by Jack Gallagher. And will that lead to anything? We'll have to wait and see. Andrew rolling knee bar locked in.
It's locked in. This could be it.
And it's good position, locked in well. And Gallagher just barely avoids having to tap out. Outship into the corner.
Not this time. Escapes trouble there.
Andrew fights it off with a series of gut punches.
He's fighting back here.
There's a reversal by Gallagher.
Oh boy, he is rolling. He's too quick for him there.
Outship into Andrew's team's corner. There's a clothesline and bulldog.
Oh, and he connects.
There's no reason to lose.
Stomp to the leg.
Come on, toughen up. Swing neck breaker.
Huge swing neck breaker by Andrew into a cover, broken up by Gulak. All four men now in the ring. Tozawa trying to clear the ring of Gulak. Suplex by Gallagher. That's going to send Andrew tumbling outside. Will this mean the fight goes back on the outside? No, instead Gallagher is going to bide his time, and now he will attack Andrew on the outside. We have quite a tag team war here. Looks like there's a bit of animosity here between these two teams.
Headed into this match, he and his partner look extremely confident. I know it's early, but
Facebuster onto the apron by Gallagher to Andrew.
Back now inside the ring.
Andrew forced back into the ring.
Here he goes. Wham!
Headbutt by Gallagher. And in comes Drew Gulak.
What's up? Oh, what impact.
Andrew with a huge bulldog now goes into another rolling knee bar.
Got every ounce of that one. This could be over.
Locked in well, and Gulak barely avoids having to tap. How much damage has been done to that leg?
Color me surprised, Michael. I did not see that one coming.
He's looking at it.
Andrew goes for the flat line, but Gulak is close to the ropes. Will he get a rope break?
That'll knock you silly.
Doesn't matter. Gallagher is going to distract the referee, and that's going to give Gulak enough time to power out. Gulak reverses the ground elbow strikes. Suplex into a cover, or I thought he was going to cover, but I guess not. Reversal by Andrew. Now it's Gulak tumbling on the outside right in front of Lance Armstrong.
in off the tag.
And in comes Akira Tozawa for a tag. Lance returning the favor, forcing Gulak to his feet and back into the ring. Armstrong was attacked earlier by Jack Gallagher. Now he's going to force Drew Gulak to get back into the ring before he is able to get to his own feet. Drew Gulak with a crossface locked in, perhaps making a mockery of Andrew's friend Corey here.
He works his way out. A bit of a Houdini job right there.
I haven't seen Gulak use a crossface before. There's an arm trip into the corner.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
Tozawa has Gulak in a seated position. Now to his feet.
Oh, it's not going to be good. This is not going to be good.
Tozawa is thinking brainbuster, reversed by Gulak, who has Tozawa in a torture rack position, just flings him across the ring.
He might have it.
There's another crossface by Gulak, but I believe Tozawa got a rope break.
Submission so close to the ropes.
Now an armbar. Gulak really trying to wear down Tozawa with submission after submission here, and now forces him closer to the ring. Stomping away at the arms and head of Tozawa.
Great job escaping, trying to turn this.
There's a reversal.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
Another reversal by Gulak.
Torturous.
And a knee straight to the head.
Irish whip.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
Drop kick.
There's a double team attack by Gallagher and Gulak. Gallagher now the legal man for his side. Beautiful enziguri by Tozawa.
That's how you put an exclamation point on the end of a match, guys. Come on, Jack Gallagher, you can do this. Down with a face buster.
Gallagher now laid out on the outside. Tozawa turns his attention to the non-legal man, Gulak, and plunges him into the apron.
Not so fast.
Yes, sir. And they're going to fight on the outside. Gallagher's the legal man. He needs to get up quickly or he's going to be counted out. We may even see a double count out if Tozawa cannot get up. Gulak took care of him on the outside.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
Gallagher's back to the ring. Can Tozawa make it back? Yes.
And now one more time.
We've seen quite a lengthy tag team war here between these two teams, and that huge big boot is going to bust open Jack Gallagher, and now Tozawa's looking for a finisher. Suplex into a cover. Rope break for Gallagher.
Gotta be it. Talk about getting knocked into the middle of next week.
Roush up into the corner. Reversal by Gallagher.
Not this time.
Into a backbreaker.
Flawlessly executed.
And Tozawa sent tumbling to the outside. Now Gallagher turns attention to the non-legal man, Andrew. Takes a bow, taunts Andrew. Forces Andrew to his feet. Roush up into the ropes. And Andrew avoids the drop kick. Can Tozawa get back to his feet in time to avoid count out for his side? Gallagher continues to attack the non-legal Andrew. Tozawa back into the ring now. What a war we are seeing. This is turning into a classic for Andrew. And an intense rivalry that saw Lance Armstrong, not a WWE superstar, get attacked earlier in the match. Now Tozawa is going after the non-legal Gulak. Never before in a tag team matchup in our history of WITM have I seen non-legal men get attacked as often as I have in this matchup.
And it's because of action like this.
And managers too. Gulak back into the ring. Tozawa back into the ring as well. Tozawa trying to get the WWE Universe behind him. There's a punch to the back, and another. Wait, Gallagher's the legal man? There's been so much chaos with non-legal men getting attacked. I can't even keep track of who's the legal man in the match and who's not. Apparently Gallagher's the legal man from his side, and he's back into the ring now.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
Reversal by Gallagher.
Got him caught.
Tozawa attacking the leg. Huge enziguri by Tozawa. Is that going to be enough to finally put an end to this matchup? Tozawa wants to take flight, but Gulak is right there to send Tozawa crashing to the outside.
What do they have left?
This is not where he wants to be at this point.
And the referee will once again start a count. Gallagher still laid out in the ring. Can Tozawa finish him off? No, I think Gallagher was maybe just playing possum, as getting up as soon as Tozawa made it back in. And now it's Tozawa on the outside, and Gallagher attacks the non-legal Andrew. Both members of Andrew and Tozawa's team laid out on the outside. Gallagher again attacks Lance Armstrong. I think Gallagher has a bit of an issue with Lance Armstrong being involved in the WWE. Lance Armstrong is not a WWE superstar. He just got sent into the ring post.
That this fight is taken out of these men.
Gallagher does not even care about either of the two opponents. He wants to take out Lance Armstrong, and Lance Armstrong is completely defenseless, not being a WWE superstar. And now Tozawa comes to the rescue finally. Gallagher tries to get to Gulak and makes the hot tag.
It was a game changer right there, Michael.
This is what makes him one of the best in the business.
This has to be one of the most interesting tag team matches I have ever witnessed in our history of WITM. I've never seen managers get attacked to the degree that Lance Armstrong has. I've never seen non-legal men get attacked as much as they have. Gulak. Submission locked in. Is this going to finally end this matchup? Yes, it does. Tozawa taps out, and Gulak and Gallagher are going to win a wild tag team match.
A lot of action in that match. Let's have a look.
Hope everybody at home set those DVRs, because that was a match you're going to want to watch again and again and again. This entire match was just one big highlight, and I didn't expect anything else.
Here are your winners, Gentleman Jack Gallagher and Gulak.
This right here will start the show. Those things that happened after that move, wow, that was incredibly painful. What a match, and a quick thank you to everybody for spending part of their Christmas with us here at the WWE.
That was a wild tag team match to kick off the 205 Live portion of our episode. It is going to be a non-title victory for Drew Gulak and Jack Gallagher, but Andrew not involved in the decision.
Is the last tag team action on the way.
The perhaps story of the match, though, Lance Armstrong. He is a cyclist and the agent and advocate for Andrew Spudstrong. He is not a WWE superstar. He was attacked viciously by Jack Gallagher on the outside. And we'll have to wait and see. Will there be any future repercussions for this? Will Jack Gallagher see discipline for attacking a non-WWE superstar? Will this lead to some kind of future altercation between either Lance and Gallagher or Andrew and Gallagher? Will Lance address this when he speaks to the WWE Universe next week? We'll have to wait and see on future 205 Lives. But we do know is that was a very wild tag team matchup that saw Gulak and Gallagher victorious. And now 205 Live rolls on. And I did not mean to play this match, so we're going to
participants will need to know where
just
they
give me a
are
moment
at
to
all
skip
times.
this. I
Team led by one of the best
meant to
talents
push
on the
one
roster
button
today
and hit the
versus
other.
a formidable opposition, to say the least.
Big time matchup.
The magic of live streaming is when you make oops like this, you can't edit it out. Come on, game, you can handle it. Load the match already so I can skip it. Oh wow, the game is struggling to load this match. Almost there. There we go. I apologize. I rarely make the mistake of playing a match that we're not planning on watching, but I did this time on a live stream. There we go.
I can't wait to see how the rest of the card shakes out here. Tag team matchup on the way.
Alright, so Mike Kanellis and TJP defeated Noam Dar and Brian Kendrick. And yet another tag team match on this tag team match field card. Lucha House Party defeated Nisa Murphy. And in the main event, and the only singles match on the card, Lio Rush defeated Cedric Alexander. And how does that affect the rankings on 205 Live? Let's find out. Or not NXT. Jack Gallagher and Drew Gulak defeat Andrew and Tozawa. Gulak moves up to number 6. Gallagher moves up to number 13. Andrew remains champion, and Tozawa falls to number 10. The Cruiserweight champion is Andrew Spudstrong. Number 1 contender TJP. Number 2 Buddy Murphy. Number 3 Mike Kanellis. Number 4 Lio Rush. Wow, there's more results I need to do, not just one match. I'm not with it tonight. Mike Kanellis and TJP defeat Noam Dar and Brian Kendrick. Kanellis moves up to number 2. TJP remains number 1 contender. Noam Dar falls to number 15. And Kendrick falls to number 12. Lucha House Party defeated Tony Nese and Buddy Murphy. Kalisto moves up to number 6. Grand Metalik moves up to number 13, but Gallagher won as well. Gallagher moves up to number 12. Metalik to number 13. Tony Nese falls to number 10, but Tozawa also lost, so he falls to 11 and Nese to 10. Buddy Murphy falls to number 4. Lio Rush defeats Cedric Alexander. Rush moves up to number 2. Or actually, Rush remains at number 3 because Kanellis and TJP both won as well. And Alexander falls to number 9. Now the Cruiserweight champion is Andrew Spudstrong. Number 1 contender TJP. Number 2 Mike Kanellis. Number 3 Lio Rush. Number 4 Buddy Murphy. Number 5 Hideo Itami. Number 6 Kalisto. Number 7 Drew Gulak. Number 8 Ari Daivari. Number 9 Cedric Alexander. Number 10 Tony Nese. Number 11 Akira Tozawa. Number 12 Jack Gallagher. Number 13 Grand Metalik. Number 14, Brian Kendrick. Number 15, Noam Dar. Number 16, Lindsay Dorado. Now we move on to our second half of the episode, the NXT portion. Will we see North American Champion Aiot Master in action? We will. He's going to have quite a test in front of him. He is going to be taking on Adam Cole, the leader of Undisputed Era, accompanied by the entire rest of Undisputed Era. So, Aiot Master staying alone against Adam Cole with 3 men at ringside supporting him. And before we get into that match, there are a couple of matches I need to book on this card, as there was a number 1 contenders match and a title match on the real life NXT tonight. So just bear with me a moment while I prepare those. So I should probably write this down. So Bianca Belair, Tana Conti, Dakota Kai, and Lacey Evans are all going to compete in a number 1 contenders match for the NXT Women's title held by Kairi Sane, and then Street Profits are going to defend their tag titles against Forgotten Sons. So let me just book those 2 matches a moment, and then we'll get into the Aiot Master match. Alright, so there's the NXT Tag Title match, Street Profits versus Forgotten Sons. Again, normally I would do all this stuff off screen, but because we live stream, I have no choice but to do it on screen, so thanks for bearing with me for a moment. And then the women's number 1 contenders match. Bianca Belair, Tana Conti, Dakota Kai, and Lacey Evans. There we go. Come on, game, you can handle it. There we go. I was worried it crashed a minute. Now we can start the show.
Looking at this card, I just got to rub my hands together and smile. Get ready for tag team action. Coming up next.
And we have new NXT Tag Team Champions, Forgotten Sons. A pretty new tag team on NXT, defeating the Street Profits to become NXT Tag Team Champions. And the new number 1 contender, the next woman to get a shot at Kairi Sane's NXT Women's title is Dakota Kai. The former NXT Women's Champion will get a rematch for her NXT Women's title, I believe, at TakeOver Phoenix the night before Royal Rumble. Bianca Belair took the fall in that match. Tainara Conti and Lacey Evans, each with a no decision. And now finally we can get into our second match of the episode. It's non-title action. Aiot Master with a huge test. He will take on a man he has developed quite a rivalry with. The leader of Undisputed Era, Adam Cole, accompanied by the rest of Undisputed Era. Let's get that match loading up.
Singles action is up next. You're not going to want to miss this. We have one of the best talents on the roster to date versus a formidable opponent.
Okay, so Aiot Master comes in to this match, third place in the WITM 5 rankings, just barely above 500 at a record of 9-8-1. But he has been very dominant over his last two matches. Will he be able to maintain that same dominance over a man that he has normally had no trouble putting away in Adam Cole? But of course also factor in that Bobby Fish, Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly, the rest of Undisputed Era, will be at ringside supporting their leader Adam Cole. Will their interference play a factor in this match? We'll have to definitely keep an eye on that. Let's go ahead and get that match underway. There's the bell. This match is underway. On paper, this is a singles match, but of course, if Undisputed Era decides to interfere, this could turn to a 4-on-1 very quickly. Aiot Master has looked absolutely dominant over the past 2 weeks, though, absolutely destroying the Velveteen Dream and Kona Reeves. Will he be able to do the same this week? There's an uppercut to Adam Cole and a stomp to the back. Aiot Master targeting the leg and ankle of Adam Cole. These two men have been intense rivals ever since Aiot Master's arrival in NXT. It was Adam Cole that Aiot Master defeated in order to achieve the NXT North American Championship. Cole would love nothing more than to pick up a non-title victory here and get himself back into the conversation for that North American title. There's a huge bicycle kick by Cole, which isn't even enough to knock Aiot Master down to the ground. That's how powerful he is. There's an Roush up into the corner. And Aiot Master with a huge back body drop and neck breaker. He loves to use powerful moves that inflict major damage on his opponents and also look violent. Here's Cole, though. He has Aiot Master to a knee, but he quickly breaks the hold with a series of gut punches. Aiot Master repeatedly tossing around Cole like a rag doll and plunging him into the knees repeatedly. Cole immediately powers out of the cover, and we saw this coming. Undisputed Era playing a factor with Roderick Strong providing the distraction so Cole can get on the attack. There's another huge back body drop neck breaker by Aiot Master.
Not too long ago, Corey brought up Adam
and reversal by Cole, and Aiot Master jumped onto the outside.
That was an incredible display of strategy
Cole
and strength.
take a moment to recover, and now we'll take the fight to the outside.
Can't recall the last time a superstar debuted during
Cole with a neck breaker,
with a powerful faction.
using the outside environment to wear down Aiot Master. And now maybe looking to try to finish him off inside the ring. No, he's not done with the outside environment. Now using the steel steps. Kyle O'Reilly makes his way over there to get a closer look.
This match is definitely tested
And Cole outshipped right into O'Reilly, and now Bobby Fish has made his way over there. Remember, Undisputed Era cannot touch Aiot Master, though, or that would be a disqualification for Cole. Outship into the ring post. There's another. Cole laid out right in front of his stable. And there's an outstrip into the ring. Bobby Fish is going to force Aiot Master into the ring right on top of Adam Cole. Now Aiot Master looks right at Undisputed Era and taunts them.
I expected nothing less, Cole.
Cole with a single leg Boston Crab. Aiot Master trying to get to the ropes, but instead is just able to break the hold with his other leg. Punch to the back. Aiot Master with a low kick to the ankle and a running drop kick straight into a corner. Or rather a cover. And Cole nearly picks up the non-title victory, in shock that he did not. But Aiot Master fights on. Cole going in and mounted punches. Aiot Master trying his best to block, but struggles to. Cole with a hold locked in, targeting the head and neck area of Aiot Master, who's right now just struggling to breathe.
There can only be one,
but he is able to break the hold.
And a win here will go a long way in solidifying one of these guys' claims of being the best in the business.
Harsh impact. Ooh, you gotta feel for Adam Cole. Look, he's beaten down at this point. He's done.
Aiot Master forces Cole to his feet. There's a huge clothesline. Aiot Master going for a comeback sequence. This will give him a free signature maneuver if he is successful, which he is going to use right away. There's a knockout blow straight to the head of Adam Cole, and that's going to bust him open. And Aiot Master looks immediately to Undisputed Era, saying, "Look at what I'm doing to your leader." He's busted open.
Wait a minute.
And now going right after that wound, no surprise considering Aiot Master's personality, that he would target that wound of Adam Cole. A member of Undisputed Era has introduced a chair into the ring,
He could do it here.
but Aiot Master hits the gun stun, and despite Undisputed Era's presence, he puts away Adam Cole, and for the third week in a row, Aiot Master picks up momentum as NXT North American Champion with a victory, defying the odds tonight to win.
It's just one of those matches that the men involved should just be proud to be a part of. A legendary performance. I don't like the slow round off phrase, but my eyes tell me that might have been one of the great matches in recent WWE history.
Here is your winner, AOT Masters.
Nicely done. Picking up the win here. Great effort from both these guys, Michael. I feel that this isn't the last time we saw this go on. Cast a match and a back to everybody who spent part of their Christmas with us here at the WWE.
Alright, Aiot Master looking like quite a threat to have a nice long reign as North American Champion. Over the past 3 weeks, he's looked unstoppable. On paper, it didn't look like...
Strap in and get ready. Time for the main event. Singles match on tap next.
On paper, it didn't look like Aiot Master had much of a chance this week, as we all knew that Undisputed Era would interfere as they did. But even with their interference and taunts, Aiot Master put away the leader of Adam Cole, not only putting him away, but doing what he loves to do, bloodying and injuring his opponent right in front of the rest of Undisputed Era, and Aiot Master picks up even more momentum as North American Champion. And then also in the main event, Ricochet defeated Tommaso Ciampa in non-title action. Ricochet is WITM's NXT Champion, Tommaso Ciampa the real-life NXT Champion. And how does that affect the rankings on NXT? Let's find out. We'll start things with the NXT women. Dakota Kai defeated Bianca Belair with no decision for Tainara Conti and Lacey Evans. Dakota Kai has guaranteed herself the next shot at the NXT Women's title with that victory. And she is also number one contender on paper as well. Bianca Belair, she falls from number 2 all the way down to number 11. And she plummets down the rankings for some reason. Wow. From down 9 spots from number 2 to 11 for Bianca Belair. Tainara Conti reigns at number 2 with a no decision. Lacey Evans reigns at 3 with a no decision. The NXT Women's Champion is Kairi Sane. Number 1 contender Dakota Kai. Number 2 Tainara Conti. Number 3 Lacey Evans. Number 4 Candice LeRae. Number 5 Aaliyah. Number 6 Shayna Baszler. Number 7 Nikki Cross. Number 8 Vanessa Bourne. Number 9 Mia Yim. Number 10 Deonna Purrazzo. Number 11 Bianca Belair. Number 12 Io Shirai. Number 13 Marina Shafir. Number 14 Jessamine Duke. And the NXT Tag Team Division. The new NXT Tag Team Champions are the Forgotten Sons. They defeated the former champion Street Profits, who will fall all the way from the championship to the bottom of the division, number 5. The NXT Tag Team Champions and new NXT Tag Team Champions are Forgotten Sons. Number 1 contenders Heavy Machinery. Number 2, Undisputed Era. Yes, and in case you're wondering, Undisputed Adam Cole lost, not the tag team, so they're not going to fall down the rankings. Number 3, War Raiders. Number 4, Birch and Lorcan. And number 5, Street Profits. The NXT North American Championship rankings. Aiot Master defeated Adam Cole. Master remains champion. Cole falls to number 4. The North American Champion is Aiot Master. Number 1 contender Kona Reeves. Number 2, Keith Lee. Number 3, Cassius Ohno. Number 4, Adam Cole. Number 5, Matt Riddle. Number 6, Punishment Martinez. Number 7, Dominic Dijakovic. In the NXT Championship rankings, Ricochet defeated Tommaso Ciampa. Ricochet remains champion. Ciampa falls to number 3. The champion is Ricochet. Number 1 contender Johnny Gargano. Number 2, Velveteen Dream. Number 3, Tommaso Ciampa. Number 4, EC3. And number 5, Aleister Black. Now we move on to the Raw Minor Show main events. We do not have any WITM Team superstars eligible for main event currently, as Dalton Roush is Universal Champion and Corey is number 1 contender to Intercontinental title, so we will see him. And jot down your results and give you a brief rankings update following that, and then we will reveal what matches we will have for Monday Night Raw on Monday. Mojo Rawley defeated Kurt Hawkins. Dana Brooke defeated Alicia Fox. No Way Jose defeated Apollo Crews. And how does that affect the rankings on Raw? Let's find out. Starting with the Raw women. Dana Brooke defeated Alicia Fox. Brooke moves up to number 8. Fox remains at the bottom, number 12. The Raw Women's Champion is Bayley. Number 1 contender Ruby Riott. Number 2, Ember Moon. Number 3, Ronda Rousey. Number 4, Natalya. Number 5, Tamina. Number 6, Nia Jax. Number 7, Mickie James. Number 8, Dana Brooke. Number 9, Sasha Banks. Number 10, Sarah Logan. Number 11, Liv Morgan. And number 12, Alicia Fox. In the Intercontinental title rankings, Mojo Rawley defeated Kurt Hawkins. So Rawley moves up to number 6. Hawkins remains at the bottom, number 13. No Way Jose defeated Apollo Crews. Jose moves up to number 3. Crews falls to number 6. The Intercontinental Champion is Bobby Lashley. Number 1 contender Corey. Number 2, Dolph Ziggler. Number 3, No Way Jose. Number 4, Seth Rollins. Number 5, Mojo Rawley. Number 6, Apollo Crews. Number 7, Dean Ambrose. Number 8, Elias. Number 9, Jinder Mahal. Number 10, Tyler Breeze. Number 11, Titus O'Neil. Number 12, Zack Ryder. And number 13, Kurt Hawkins. Will we see the Universal Champion in action? We will see Dalton Roush in action. I may be editing that, though, as I'm not sure why Dalton Roush would team with Lucha House Party. So that may change, but we know that in some shape or form, Dalton Roush will be in a tag team match, probably, why don't we do this? I'll go ahead and edit it now. Let's do Connor and Victor. This might change before we actually stream on Monday, but this is just so I have something down for now. For now, we'll plan on it being the Ascension versus Seth Rollins and Dalton, which makes a lot more sense. And I'll find somewhere on the card to put Lucha House Party so they're not ripped off of having a match. Is Corey in action as well? Yes, it'll be a huge matchup for Corey, as Corey and Dolph Ziggler are currently. So the winner of that match will walk out of Raw, the number 1 contender. The loser will, of course, fall down the rankings. So that is going to do it for a pretty lengthy episode 27, but an entertaining episode 27. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single WITM stream or post. Check out the links in the description. The first is the WITM website. That's where you can find out how to become a WITM member for free and get your own custom character with custom entrance, moveset, storylines, and promos for free. Check out the WITM Twitter for all the latest WITM news, announcements, and updates. Until episode number 28, Monday nights at 11:30. for Monday Night Raw, where Dalton Roush, where subject to change, Dalton Roush will team with his former Shield partner Seth Rollins to take on the Ascension, and Corey will be in a match with #1 contendership implications against Dolph Ziggler. This is Corey with WITM Car Wrestling, signing off.